a brother Joshua that's in Morehouse. So it's a little different with the youth today. And I think that a lot of times we look at the youth in the street and we think that they are ignorant people because of what they may be doing in the street. But it's nothing to do with the youth in the street. It has more to do with the examples that they have in front of them. Because we know and we recognize that change never starts from the top and comes down. It also, we recognize that change comes from the bottom up. And we know that with all the movements that we had in the past, be it the Black Panthers or any other movement that made some change in our community, it started from the grassroots. So the youth really is our most valuable asset. And we really want to encourage the youth and really focus on the youth and the good that they're doing. And tonight you're going to hear about some of what they're doing in the community. And I don't want to belabor the point. I just wanted to say that it's an honor to have these young men, and we have women, but they're not out tonight or this afternoon, but it's an honor to have the young men that's under our charge, because Minister Louis Farrakhan said, if you're not trying to prepare your nation, your organization for new youth to take over leadership, then you're not doing a good job. With that, I want to segue and I want to hear from our brother Ahmad.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to say a few words.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to speak on the condition of the black man, which is still the result of slavery. People fail to realize that the black man in America has suffered some of the worst the worst conditions in recorded history, and we have behaved accordingly. We were once the masters of civilization. Now being civilized is dependent upon the person, and we have indeed lost our moral value. When we were brought to America, we were robbed of our culture, religion, names, and self-knowledge.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm paraphrasing. We were taught by the most honorable Elijah Muhammad that we have lost knowledge of self and are living the beast life.
Yes.
A beast is a cruel, coarse, filthy, or otherwise beast-like person.
That's right.
With that being said, I pose the question, well, what will it take to bring us back to civilization? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the so-called American Negro has to be completely re-educated.
Yes,
He was jailed for re-educating black people. Well, whose education standards do we live by? In the public schools, they teach you history. Break that down into 2 syllables. That's his story. And you have to seek self-knowledge, which is the foundation to being a good Muslim and to reforming the black man in America. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Brother Salim Muhammad. I'm an FOI in the Nation of Islam, and I'm just going to give you a small synopsis of what a FOI is. FOI is the military training of the men of the Nation of Islam in North America. We was brought together by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and we are on the guidance of Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But there's different kind of qualities that a FOI needs to have before he can come to his own as the Nation of Islam. We have to be obedient. We have to be militant, tolerant, courteous, honest, and dependable at all times. The one word that Honorable Elijah Muhammad left for the last word is dependable. Because if you're not dependable, we cannot have a brotherhood, because you would drop. We cannot depend on you to give your word bond. So that's why we so strong on making that word bond in the FOI. Our word is life, and that's all we have. We was taught by Elijah Muhammad. That we have a lot to offer to our black people.
Right.
We can give them show them how to upkeep a household. We can show them how to maintain jobs.
Yeah.
We can even show them the proper etiquette of having a conversation with one of the believers, or even one that has not come to their own in the Nation of Islam.
Yes, sir.
We also, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that our word is bond. As I said before, when you make your word bond, a brother can love you, and a brother will take you as you are, and a brother's not gonna knock you to the side, because you know that he can depend on you at all times.
Yes, sir. That's right.
That's right.
And the problem with us today is we have not come to our own. We have not made our word bond. We, in the Nation of Islam, we have become, not in the Nation of Islam, all across America, brothers, we have made our word, we have become blind, deaf, and dumb. And when we talk about blind, deaf, and dumb, we talk about blind because we cannot see the truth, deaf because we cannot hear the truth, and dumb because we cannot speak the truth.
Go ahead.
So that's really the problem with us today. And I really feel like the FOI is the best example on how we can become stronger in our society. Minister Farrakhan shows us that this is the right way of doing it. And I would like to just close, and I ain't want to stay on long, brothers. I just wanted to close to say that the FOI has done a lot for me. It has showed me how to become more of a lover for the brotherhood. It has shown me to show more love for my brothers around me. It has shown me to love my brothers and sisters when they do not love themselves. Because they become a beast. A beast is someone who lost knowledge of self. No, a savage. They become a savage. A savage is one who has lost knowledge of self and is living a beast life. But we can come out of that because it's a temporary mindset. A temporary is just a time limit. So our time limit is coming right now, brothers. It's like a little clock, and we about to hit that hour right now because America's on its last cough. So we just gotta be ready to make our word bond and show them that the FOI is here to stay. Thank you. Assalamu
alaikum. My topic today is Assalamu alaikum. My name is Brother Osman. My topic today is accepting responsibility and building our community. Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us a problem that's in our community is disunity. And then another problem is the main source, which is lack of knowledge, as my brothers has touched on.
Yes, sir.
And I feel that this is the solution. If we unify, if we come together, if the churches in our community, the kingdom halls or the temples and the mosques come together and show the children, be a paradigm or a model or a prime example of unity, if we come together, then the children, because we claim that we have the answer, we are the people of God, and we love the children, but we need to show that out in the community. We must work together. They need to see us on that level, or we say that this is the way out. You need guidance by God and things like that. But if we're not showing spiritual unity, then the children are saying to themselves that, all right, I'm gangbanging right here in the streets, wherever I might be on the western or the eastern. I'm gangbanging right here on the streets, and then you want me to come join your church or your mosque, but you're not showing unity on a spiritual level. So I believe the best way to accepting responsibility and building our community is having spiritual unity first, because we can build all these jobs for our brothers and sisters, but there's an old saying that a fool and his money will soon depart.
That's right, that's right.
So if a person has lost knowledge of himself, right, and then he has a job, or he when he gets a job, the first thing he's gonna do is go buy some Jordans or something.
Right.
Yeah. And now these Jordans, they're manufactured in sweatshops across the country, cost $5 to make, but we spend our checks like $200 on a pair of shoes. So we have to be, as my brother Ahmad touched on, we have to be re-educated. Now the knowledge that they're teaching us in school is only bringing us up to slavery or being a sharecropper. You must have the audacity or the heart or you must be brave enough to go further than the slavery. You must go back to when we had 25 dynasties, and then Europe wrote their first book. So this is the supreme knowledge that we must give our children so that they must grow. Now, in the Bible it says that the heaven and the earth has been created in wisdom and truth. Well, if the heavens and earth has been created in wisdom and truth, then in order for us to grow, we must feed off of truth.
That's
We
right.
can't. We've been feeding off of lies for so long.
That's right.
You know, I mean, it's time for a change. And as you had spoken, Rev, that we are coming into an intellectual time period.
Yes,
We're and my minister, student minister Lonnie has spoken on that. We're not like Malcolm X in his time when everybody had a little education, and then they were able to go out and get jobs. You know, because it was an industrial time period.
that's right.
But now the unemployment rate is skyrocketing. On the internet, it tells us it's 9.7, but you know that's what they're revealing to us.
Right,
We know it's
right,
probably
right.
13 something. And so the point I'm trying to make is that the best way we can build and accept responsibility in our community, first we must have a spiritual unity.
Yeah.
That's
Because it's the spirit that will drive you through any situation that you might be encounter. You know, I mean, you could get it's a saying that the church always says that we walk by faith and not by sight.
That's right. That's right.
So it's that spiritual unity we must first form. And then second, the children that are gangbanging in the streets or so-called gangbanging in the streets, we act like they came off a spaceship or something.
That's right. That's right.
When they go home at night after
That's
whatever
right.
they're smoking or
That's right.
whatever party they're coming from or whatever they're drinking or whatever they might be doing, they come home to a family
That's
or
right.
to a parent.
That's right.
So it starts at home first. And then second, we must have the spiritual unity.
That's right.
I think that's number one and most important is that spiritual unity, because that will take you much further. So I don't want to belabor the point, and I'm going to pass it over to my brother Khaled.
Before Brother Khalid, come on, I just want to say this right here to the community. You know, we've been around this block, and I think that right now wherever state in the union.